Last night we let the liquor talk. Ain't that right, Drew?
Yes, sir.
So how much Crown did you drink?
So that picture I sent you, it was halfway full last night,
Yeah,
and that's like a quarter left.
dang. Well, we're celebrating tonight. Welcome everybody, Trainwreck Podcast, episode 26. I think that's right. Yes, it is 26. And we're celebrating because I am one subscriber away from 450 subscribers on YouTube.
Let's go. Oh,
I said in my video last night in the WWE Fastlane predictions, if y'all want to check it out, if we hit 500 by the end of the year, my camera won't line up. If we hit 500 by the end of the year, I will do a detailed video on all my Funkos back there.
and we have an announcement. We're in Apple now.
Yeah, we are
We
officially
are
on.
we're on liberal territory.
Yeah, we are officially on the biggest podcast app. I believe Apple. I mean, that's what I listen to all my stuff on. No offense, Spotify. We still love you. You've been good to us.
Let's go.
And another reason to celebrate 20 years ago today, the first episode of Naruto aired over in Japan.
Really, it's 20 years.
Yep. I think it's been like 24 years for the manga, and yeah, 20 years for the anime. And like I said, in my opinion, the greatest TV show ever, not just anime.
Really, very good anime.
Hmm. And I'm rewatching the war arc right now, and that's probably like one of the worst periods in Naruto. But I mean, the episodes I was watching last night, they were still pretty damn good. I was watching the one with Sai and his brother when his brother gets reincarnated, and that episode was really freaking good.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I was thinking like I'm trying to think of like what my favorite like five arcs are ever in Naruto. I was watching Swag Kage's video about it, and I'm thinking like number one easily is Naruto versus Pain. Like I think that's the peak of the series.
yeah,
And then one that doesn't get talked about enough is the Tsunade arc when they go to locate her to ask her to be the fifth Hokage. I feel like that arc is really underrated. And then you have the three Sannin showdown with, all three of their summonings. That was badass. That's probably like number three, because the tuning exams is number two. After that, that's where it gets really hard to figure out what four and five are. The Sasuke retrieval arc is in there. I just don't know if it's four or five. What about you, Drew? Do any arcs stand out to you?
probably the tuning exams. Probably, yeah, probably when they go find Sonade.
Because I mean, that's when Naruto learns to use the Rasengan, and it's like
Yeah,
that's his signature move, and the training for it was freaking like you think about it, it's like those episodes should be boring, and those episodes were actually really good.
probably when Sasuke had formed his team. What was that?
Uh, Taka,
Talk, yeah.
yeah, when he goes after Killer B, right
Yeah,
after he spoiler alert, right after he kills Itachi.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Um,
I was just thinking about that actually, because I like I liked Itachi versus Sasuke when I first saw it, and I just rewatched it, and I was like, oh man, I didn't give it enough credit. That fight was awesome.
yeah. Probably the Great War as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's just so much good fights in that arc.
One
Still
thing I
got it's very like the most talked art in an anime series. Still pretty good.
I really want to see like a filler arc with the blank period in between the end of the fourth Great Shinobi World War and the beginning of Boruto. And we've kind of gotten that with the novels, and then they've been adapted into the anime. But I really want to see a really long-term, um, extended filler arc with the blank period, because I feel like that's some really interesting stuff that's missing. Like, I really want to see how Konoha got modernized with the modern technology that you see in Baruto now. I'd really
Yeah,
like to see the building blocks to that in a filler arc. It'd be one of the few times where I think filler would be acceptable. And Baruto is supposed to be coming back soon with the anime. There's only been 3 chapters released of the manga. So it's like, man, they ain't gonna have much to work off of, so they're gonna go back into a filler arc right after they get, back on TV basically.
yeah. Yeah, I guess I'd probably say that Kazugage rescue. I actually kind of like that.
See, I'm not a fan of that. That Sakura versus Sasori fight, I think it's what, 9 episodes long. It's way too fucking long. Plus, I'm not the biggest Datara fan either,
Yeah.
and they're kind of the two main villains. Being said, Sasuke versus Datara is an amazing fight.
I don't know. I'm a huge Gar fan, so that's why I
Yeah,
liked it.
I do love Gaara. It's amazing how he goes from school shooter to Martin Luther King throughout the series.
That's pretty accurate, not gonna lie.
Yeah, especially that speech he gives at the beginning of the war. That speech is it rivals some of Naruto's speeches for best in the show. Now, I'm pretty sure we've talked about this on the show before, but who are your top 3 favorite characters?
And Naruto,
Yeah,
Gar for sure.
number one.
Yeah. Kakashi and Jiraiya.
That's a pretty solid list. Mine's kind of cheating. Well, number one's Kakashi, just because Kakashi's the original daddy, and
Yeah.
he's just an ultimate badass. Number two is Naruto, which, like I said, it's kind of cheating just because it's his TV show.
Yeah.
But and then three is either Minato or Hinata. I think Hinata's an awesome character. She don't get enough credit for being fucking cool.
I know. It's a very underrated character.
Yeah, but Minato's basically just like Kakashi's mysterious and badass and just fucking cool and sexy.
For sure, man, for sure.
So while we're waiting for Zach, do you want to talk about that Raiders game?
Wait, what others are talking about it?
Uh,
We fucking sucked.
yeah, I feel bad for O'Connell. He tried his best, but I mean, he got his ass whooped.
Dude. Mc, McDaniels out Brand Staley.
Yeah, y'all gotta get rid of him. I
I
don't
don't know
care
why
more.
people are so I follow a lot of Raiders groups in Facebook. Like, oh, we need to get rid of O'Connell now. I was like, you realize he was going against Khalil fucking Mack and the other Bosa brother,
Yeah,
and he's a rookie quarterback. Like, come on, dude. I mean, Chargers joke, but that defense still got to watch out for.
yeah. I mean, he got sacked 7 times and then got hit 5 more times on top of it.
Like the
Like,
only win from the Raiders is like our D line. Like actually they played well.
mhm.
Besides, Tillery, isn't it? But Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I saw that now. Because they're on a bye this week, and then they face the Cowboys next week, so that should give him enough time for his fingers to heal. Max Crosby had a really good game though, and he should have had that forced fumble, but I think it got taken back by a penalty.
Crossy did our D tackle John Jenkins. He actually did pretty well in the mid.
Hmm.
And Trayvon Mullen, he's actually his first good game of the season.
Yeah.
We still got exposed, but all of our key players are starting to show up.
And it looks like O'Connell and Adams have a good connection. Adams had 8 catches for 75 yards. Why is Josh Jacobs more valuable as a receiver than a running back right now?
That's the thing. Why are we not playing to our strengths? Josh
Well,
Jacobs is a down runner, and we're using him as a pass game receiver. And we have Zamir White could do that for us.
But they also gave it to him 17 times and he only got 58 yards.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, his longest run was 9 yards. That's the thing. Like, I think it's kind of a blessing right now that y'all didn't give him that long-term contract.
Yeah, I'm glad we only gave him the 1 year deal.
Yeah.
And then to be honest, we probably should part ways with him this offseason.
And
There's just
then,
no point paying that much for pretty much he's a running back. It's like that.
and Zach was saying y'all should tank for Caleb Williams. I think y'all just need to find a good running back in the first round. But I mean, there's a lot of holes on your guys' team that needs fixed. Obviously, offensive line, because Aiden O'Connell ain't gonna last much longer if he's getting his ass whooped like that every week.
See, if it was me, I'll I split the season with Jimmy G and Aiden O'Connell. Is if like Jimmy G's playing bad, let Aiden O'Connell play, give him some reps, but allow Jimmy G to be that bridge quarterback for him. And, we still lose the season. We go to off season, get old linemen, some better old linemen that help with our younger old linemen to learn. Um, get some key weapons for the quarterbacks and try to boost up the defense. And yeah, like I said, draft a running back.
Yeah. Because I mean, your guys' defense isn't bad. It's just they're on the field a lot.
They're on the field a lot, and we're just making bad plays on defense. That's not the
Mm,
defensive player's fault. I think it's the coaching. The coaching is the problem.
yeah.
We just need
You-
a new coaching staff.
And you guys face the Packers on Monday night. That's going to
Yeah.
be Devontae Adams' first game against Green Bay since he left. So that's going to be a very interesting matchup.
So whoever had Devontae Adams out of their fantasy,
Yeah,
he's probably gonna cook.
it's in Vegas too.
Yeah, we played well at our home. That's the thing. We played very well at our home.
Mm.
That's why we played our most physical is at home. But away, like I don't understand how we lost a Chargers game. I mean, I do, but I don't. This should be an example of why we should fire Josh McDaniels now. Because we give it to one of our coordinators, we're probably better off than Josh McDaniels.
You know, if
Fuck,
you
I mean,
do,
even our ball boy would do better than him.
I would find it really interesting if Bill Belichick's gone from New England and Tom Brady goes and hires him for the Raiders.
Oh God, please not.
But speaking of Bill Belichick, I guess this is my turn now. How about them Cowboys?
I
Worst
was
loss,
I was really expecting you to lose.
eh, worst loss in the Bill Belichick era for the New England Patriots. 35 points. Dallas Cowboys win 38-3. Deron Bland had two interceptions. Had one of them was a pick six, which was a really terrible throw by Mac Jones. It was across his body, and then he got sideswiped by Deontay Fowler and fumbled, and that allowed Leighton Vander Esch to pick up and score the touchdown. So very good effort by the Cowboys defense. Drew, I imagine they helped you in fantasy.
Yeah, I wish I started a player to win.
Yeah. And then
If I would have started David Montgomery, I would have won.
how would you lose?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my ass whooped. Yeah, Cowboys defense did really good. Offense still continues to struggle in the red zone. Brandon Aubrey, our new kicker, he's looking really, really good. He started off 12 for 12 so far this season.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cowboys with a good kicker. That usually just mix well.
Yeah, we haven't had one since Dan Bailey.
Jesus, what was that like before we were born?
No, he left in what 2017, I think.
Yeah, I know what you're
But look
talking
at
about.
yeah, look at this throw right here from Mac Jones. He's rolling to his right. and then just throws across his body. That's the number one thing they teach you not to do when you're a quarterback.
Like, come on.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, Bailey Zappi didn't look much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting what's going to go on with the New England Patriots. Bill Belichick's still a couple seasons away from being able to break Don Shula's record. And I feel like that's the only reason he's still going in the NFL is because he wants to break that record. But with how bad the Patriots look and how much he's getting exposed for basically being a product of Tom Brady, I don't think Bill Belichick's going to come close to that record. I feel like Andy Reid has a better shot at that record than Bill Belichick right now.
Yeah. It's time for Bill to retire.
Yeah, because Andy Reid has Patrick Mahomes. Bill Belichick's not going to have another Tom Brady. But
No,
Dallas,
Andy Reid had Patrick Mahomes. He had also Mike Vick and Donovan McNabb and a couple others. I just can't remember. Oh,
yeah,
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith, yeah. Yeah, Andy Reid's always been a great coach. You know, he's been to, I think, almost 10 conference championship games, or he might have been to 10. I know he went to four straight with the Eagles, and he went to like a few like hit or miss ones, you know. And
Yeah.
then he's went to I think four straight with Mahomes.
Yeah, he knows how to build a team.
Yeah.
See, I wish I had a coach like that knows how to build a team.
Yeah, Andy Reid, I feel like is way closer to that record than Bill Belichick will be. So Patriots, I mean, this is going to be kind of your guys' punishment for all those Super Bowls. Y'all are, I think, about to be in for a decade of darkness because, I mean, there's not one position on their team where I'm like, oh, you know, like they're set. Like, I mean, I like Christian Watson, I like Matthew Judon, but they ain't gonna win you games. And you guys don't have a good running back. You don't have a good quarterback. You don't have a good wide receiver. Mike Gesicki's a good tight end, but he's also not the best, you know.
I
Like
mean, he's
he's
gonna be
not,
always so good with a quarterback.
yeah, like he's not in that Mark Andrews, George Kittle, Travis Kelsey category. Maybe if he starts dating like Cardi B or Doja Cat, then he can be closer to Travis Kelsey. But right now, not right now. Dallas, they face San Francisco this week. Whenever we get into our predictions, I'm picking Dallas to get their ass whooped. Christian McCaffrey, I think, has scored in 12 straight games now, which broke a 49ers record that was previously held by Jerry Rice. And I think the record for most NFL games with a touchdown in a row for a non-quarterback, I think it's 15 games. So McCaffrey's really close to getting to that record.
Yeah,
And
he can
what?
easily do it this season.
Yeah, and I'll remember the other guy, but the guy who's has the record. Well, there's two people that are tied for the record. I don't remember the other guy. One of them is OJ Simpson. So
Are you serious?
yeah, so I'm pretty sure the NFL wants Christian McCaffrey to break this record.
Oh
And
wow,
with how
that's
bad the
funny.
with how bad the Cowboys' run defense is, he's definitely going to score a touchdown.
True. I
But
might
the
need to bench the Cowboys this week.
yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt. It really just depends on how our offense comes out because they've been flat and especially the red zone struggles. And Brock Purdy, he hasn't lost yet in the regular season.
Yeah, he's been playing out his mind.
Yeah, I really like Brock Purdy. A lot of people think he's the next Brady. I wouldn't go that far, but he's definitely not a bum, like he's not worth the last pick in the draft label. He's good.
I'll probably say prime Joe Flacco right now,
I think he's better than Flacco. Ac- Actually, I think a good comparison for him, just because it's
or
still,
Donovan Nab.
yeah, that's a good one. I was to say, just because it's early in his career, and I mean, the 49ers definitely are protecting him with their scheme and all that. And he reminds me of when Dak Prescott first came onto the scene, just without the athleticism,
Yeah,
but just, a late round pick that came out of nowhere that got his opportunity because of injury. And, Dak Prescott lost his first game, but then he won 11 in a row, and that's kind of the trajectory Brock Purdy's on right now.
it's like a 49ers thing. When they have their fucking good quarterback, they're gonna win multiple Super Bowls.
49ers definitely feel like one of those snake bin franchises. They've had a lot of heartbreak over the last couple of years. I mean, you think back to Super Bowl 47, the one they lost to Baltimore in the Superdome when the lights went out. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
they were down 21-3 and came all the way back and were a fade away from tying it. And, people, you can still debate on if it was holding against Michael Crabtree. Either way, he wasn't going to catch that play or catch that pass because it wasn't a good throw by Colin Kaepernick. And then the next year, they faced the Seahawks in the NFC Championship game. Kaepernick throws it, Sherman tips in, Malcolm Smith picks it off, with like 28 seconds left. And you think about them getting a big lead on Kansas City in the Super Bowl and then blowing it. And you think about last year, they could have beat the Eagles last year if Purdy didn't get hurt.
yeah.
Now, 49ers fans are going to start sounding like Cowboys fans here soon if they go, this is our year, and then something else happens. Because, I mean, people give the Cowboys shit for how long it's been since they've won a Super Bowl. It's been even longer for the 49ers since they've won.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won the year before Dallas won their last Super Bowl. That's the thing I don't get. Like these fucking assholes that are on ESPN. It's like Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl in what, 27 years. The Browns have never won one.
Well,
Bengals have never won one.
Cardinals.
Brown, Cardinals that have been around for over 100 years. I feel like that's kind of the thing with the Patriots where, they win six in a 20-year span. And I feel like it skews people's ways of looking at stuff. And then you have like, Michael Jordan won six in a decade. LeBron's been to 10 or 11 finals. I feel like people just expect like, oh, you're supposed to go to a championship every year. It's a 1 in 32 chance. And then,
Exactly.
yeah. And to get to the Super Bowl is a 1 in 16 chance. And then to actually win it, it's a 1 in 32 chance. I don't know. That's one of those things in sports media that just really pisses me off.
I don't know. 49er fans are such loyal royalists on the football world.
Yeah.
They think they're the shit because I don't know all those Super Bowl wins.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll give him credit. Jerry Rice, I think, is probably the greatest football player ever, not just receiver. He's probably the greatest football player ever. Like,
Yeah.
you ever played Madden and you play as a wide receiver and you have a, 15, 20-year career and it's like, oh, where am I on the receiving record? And you're still behind Jerry Rice. It's like that's how good Jerry Rice was. Even in a video game, you can't match him. You can break the all-time passing record. The rushing record is actually really easy to beat in Madden. But all that, but if you try to break a receiving record, good fucking luck.
Best 49er receiver, one of the best Raiders receivers.
Yeah, he played in a Super Bowl with y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Jerry Rice is I said I think well, it's between him and Tom Brady for greatest football player ever, like all around.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Him and Brady pretty much tied.
Yeah. But our stat leaders so far for this season, Tua Tagovailoa is leading the league in passing. He's about almost 100 yards ahead of Matt Stafford. And then Kirk Cousins, CJ Stroud, and Justin Herbert followed the list out. CJ Stroud, that's really big for him to be up
Yeah,
there.
shout out for CJ actually been playing really well. I
Yeah,
thought he's going to shit stomp, but no.
they kicked the shit out of the Steelers. And Christian McCaffrey's leading the league in Russia, and DeAndre Swift right behind him. James Conner, actually, for a team that's supposed to be tanking, he's doing really good. He's tied with Bijan Robinson for third, and Tony Pollard's 7 yards behind them with 311. And Justin Jefferson and Puka Nacua are the only two receivers with over 500 yards. Tyreek Hill with 470, Keenan Allen with 431, and Nico Collins with 428. And then we got three people tied for first on the interception lead. Jordan Whitehead, which he had three in one game, so he hasn't had one since. Jesse Bates for the Falcons, and then the Ron Bland for the Cowboys, all tied for first. And then Kareem Jackson and Micah Hyde, who just tore his Achilles, are tied for second place. And Khalil Mack, all it took was one game for him to get tied for the league lead in sacks. He had six in one game, and that's
It's
as
his
many
former
as,
team.
yeah, I know. Do they play the Bears this year? Because
I sure they do. Because the Bears
imagine,
face the Raiders. Just
I'll look that up because if he's facing his former teams, I'd pray for Justin Fields.
let's see.
And then
Yeah,
TJ
he
Watt.
does.
Oh shit. Oh man. If you guys have the Chargers defense, I'd start him that week in fantasy. And TJ Watt and Josh Allen both have six as well. Miles Garrett right behind them with 5.5. And then Daniil Hunter has five for the Vikings. And then the tackles leader, that one's kind of a skewed stat right there. Just because it's always going to be linebackers leading that category.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Very good. We're actually about to start a new call because there's only 4 minutes left in this one. So I'll
It's
put
all
the
good.
new link. I'll put the new link in the chat, and then we'll get into predictions.
I was wondering, I looked at my phone like 10 minutes ago and I'm like, dang, it's not showing that they sent any notification or whatever. And then I finally just clicked on my Messenger app and then it showed that you guys sent it like 30 minutes ago. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a loser.
Period. I was about to call you, but me and Drew had other topics, so I was like, "Oh, we can just talk about these till he gets in here."
Yeah, my bad. And man, that's a big thing that you're on Apple Music now. That's
Yeah,
nuts.
I know. It was actually a pretty fast process. Like, I think I applied 2 days before I got the email, and then I checked my email and I was like, "Oh shit, there it is." And only thing that sucked was the podcast title was my name, and I was like, "Oh shit." And so I was at the doctor's office with my mom, so it took me like over an hour to get that changed.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, all right.
We'll start a new call and get it rolling.
All right.
I've had that I'm up on the stage right now singing your favorite song. That
Yeah, yeah,
one.
yeah.
That song's a banger.
Dude,
It
thanks to
is.
Cody, I got the last night. I got let the liquor talk.
Yeah, that song. That's man, there's a bunch of good songs out right now. That song's really fucking good, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Zach, cheers.
Oh, dude,
You
dude.
can't see it, but I'm cheers my crown.
Yeah, I saw that
I'm walking the dog.
uh I saw that thing John posted of It looked like you're giving a high noon a blowjob.
Yeah, that was. I was like, man, John, you're nuts.
By the way, dude, happy birthday tomorrow.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Do anything big to celebrate?
Not really. I might have some cake or something,
Yeah.
but
That's what that's
nothing
what
major.
sucks. That's what sucks after turning 21. There's no more good birthdays left.
Yeah, it's
I
just
know.
gotta go to work and stuff.
Yeah. And if your birthday's in the middle of the week, yeah, you got work and shit like that.
Right?
But all right, y'all, let's get into these predictions. There'll be less games to predict this week because we got 4 teams on a bye week. Cleveland, Los Angeles Chargers, Seattle Seahawks, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers all are on a bye week this week. These 4 teams, unfortunately, are kind of screwed in this aspect because, like, oh hey, you guys get the earliest bye week possible. So if like a team like Seattle is going to be in the wild card race, they're going to be beat up going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's
Thursday night football, this game is going to be a stinker. Chicago at Washington.
man.
Who decided that this should be a Thursday night football game? Like even before the season, it's like,
2
hey, you
weeks
know
in a
what's
row, Chicago got 2 Thursday nights.
yeah. No,
Wow.
Chicago played Denver on Sunday.
Was it Sunday?
Yeah, because it was Green
Oh.
Bay and Detroit that was on Thursday.
Man, who the fuck said Thursday? It wasn't me.
But yeah, Washington because Chicago sucks. I mean, Chicago had what a 28-7 lead and blew it against a team that fucking sucks. The Broncos fucking suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're dog water.
Yeah. So I feel like we're all gonna go with Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam Howell's gonna cook, so yeah, Washington.
Yeah, this is gonna be Sam Howell's best game as a pro. Um, it's not even like the Bears defense is bad. It's more Justin Fields. I mean, he looked really good against the Broncos, but the Broncos defense is historically bad.
Yeah, they're literally the worst defense in the league. That's not
Yeah.
named Chicago.
Yeah. Sam Howell, I think, is going to cook. All right. Jacksonville at Buffalo. We are getting some ass kickings because Jacksonville, even though they beat Atlanta, they still didn't look impressive.
Nah.
Calvin Ridley got his revenge touchdown against the Falcons. And then after that, the Jaguars had no fight in them. It was more of Desmond Ritter just played really bad. But the
Yeah.
Jacksonville's offense sucks right now. Trevor Lawrence since week 1 has not played well, and their running game is non-existent. The only advantage is that they're going to be in London back-to-back weeks while Buffalo has to travel. But Josh Allen went God mode against the Dolphins. They beat a team that I thought was unbeatable. So I'm going with the Bills here, and I'm going with the Bills by 2 touchdowns.
I'm actually going with Jacksonville. I think that the fact is the Buffalo's traveling a long distance. I think that's going to affect them. And Jacksonville, this is their second home turf because they have a lot of fans in London. I think that's
Mhm.
going to mess with Buffalo's minds. And I don't know when Jacksonville plays good, they play good. But when they play bad, they're shit. But I think this is going to be one of those games. It's going to be upset. I'm going to take Jacksonville.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with Buffalo. I think Stephon Diggs is gonna put the cooking on them.
He had a really good game against Miami, 3 touchdowns. Yeah. Then moving on to Houston Texans at Atlanta Falcons. So the Falcons don't get a bye after going to London. That's very interesting. Usually, if you go to London, you get the bye week right after.
Yeah.
And the Texans just kicked the shit out of the Steelers. And the Texans are way better than I think anyone's given them credit for. Yeah, I'm rolling with the
Desmond.
Texans. Bijan Robinson, I still think will have a good game, but Desmond Ritter, I feel like his confidence is kind of shaken. He had the really good game against Green Bay, and then he hasn't really done anything impressive the last 2 weeks. And D'Amico Ryans can coach defense. All right, Drew.
I'm going to say City. I'm going to say Texans. CJ Stroud's been balling out like crazy. I sorry CJ for disrespecting you. This is my form apology now. Also, Nico Collins actually becoming a legit wide receiver one for him.
Yeah. Tank Bell too, and then they got good veterans on that team too. They got Dalton Schultz. Noah Brown sucks, but at least he's like a veteran presence in that wide receiver room.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
not Houston line O line is actually a little bit underrated. It's not the best, but it's middle of the road.
If they can get Damian Pierce going, they could really compete for that division because I mean no one in that division really looks good. Tennessee, Jacksonville, and the Colts have all had their struggles.
Yeah, so there's the thing too, like with this game, David Pierce can cook because Atlanta Falcons D line sucks.
Hmm.
Like the Raiders D line's better than Atlanta Falcons. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Only thing CJ Stroud really has to look out for is Jesse Bates. Zach, what's your prediction, babe?
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go with a wild prediction. So I am gonna go with Houston. But if Atlanta, if Bijan Robertson gets over 100 yards, I believe that Atlanta could win that game. That's what
Yeah,
I'm gonna say. If he can get over 100 yards, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Atlanta. But if he doesn't, Houston's gonna win the game. That's how they're gonna. If they shut down Bijan, they're definitely winning it.
what's your
Like no matter what.
what's your like overall prediction though, just so I can write it down?
I'm gonna say Houston.
Houston. All right.
Yeah.
Carolina at Detroit. Detroit all day. Carolina stinks. They just lost to a really bad Vikings team.
Yeah.
We all
I'm
three
going
going
with
with
I'm going with Detroit, and it sucks for Bryce Young because it looks like he can make some plays, but he's not really given the time to do it.
yeah, no, their offensive line is horrible. Aiden Hutchinson's gonna feed on Bryce Young.
Yeah, that Detroit defense is going to feast on him.
Mhm.
So you start Detroit's defense this week. It's a good time to do it.
Yeah. You rolling with
Are
the
they
Lions,
available?
Zach?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, that one. That's not going to be a pretty game. That game's going to suck, I think. This is another game that has a potential to suck. Tennessee Titans at Indianapolis Colts. Jonathan Taylor's eligible to come off the PUP list. Does he play for the Colts this week?
No,
No.
No, I don't think
no.
so either. But I feel like it's going to be an interesting storyline throughout the week. That
Yeah,
that that Moss dude, he's been playing good in his absence though, and then Anthony Richardson's been a big part of their run game as well. Tennessee just beat the crap out of the Bengals, but I feel like that says more about the Bengals than it does Tennessee. Mike Vrabel is a great coach, but Anthony Richardson, man, I am really impressed by him. So yeah, I'm going with the Colts here in another ugly game. If Derrick Henry does have the possibility to go off, but I just got a feeling it's going to be the Colts.
Go with Tennessee with this one. And the reason being they have Derrick Henry. I feel like Derrick Henry is going to be the sole reason they're going to win him. I'm going to stick to my points to be Tennessee.
All right.
I'm gonna go with that boy Anthony Richardson. He's a balling, honestly, man. I think he in one game he ran for 2 touchdowns and like threw for 2 touchdowns. I'm not too sure on that part, but I know for a fact he's ran for 2 touchdowns in one game, and
Yeah.
I believe he's got it. He's got that it factor.
It's going to be a tight race between him and CJ Stroud for Rookie of the Year. And I really think
Yeah.
it's going to come down to when they play each other and who wins on who gets Rookie of the Year.
Dude, CJ Stroud's yards are amazing. He's just not looking as good with touchdowns and stuff like that and running the
Mm.
football. But his passing yards, honestly, you got to give him credit for it because I think he's like,
He's fourth in the league in passing right now.
yeah, dude, he's on, and that's you got it. He's at Houston, dude. Like,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah, I think D'Amico Ryans is doing a really good job with the Texans.
Yeah, shout out to D'Amico, man. Actually turned that franchise around from a shitty organization to like kind of well respected now.
Do we even have
did you
to talk
guys?
about this next game? Go
No,
ahead,
I'm
Zach.
gonna. You already know who I'm going with, but I was gonna say, did you guys see that interview where CJ Stroud? They were like, we haven't won a home game since like November of last year or something, and that just don't sit right with me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that, but yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah, I'm going with the fins up.
Yeah, Giants fucking stink. They just got their ass whooped by the Seahawks. Yeah. Um, Dolphins might score 70 again. Danny Diapers, he's probably gonna throw at least three picks to the fucking Dolphins defense. The the Giants are just a horrible team. They're up there with Chicago and Denver for the shit bowl right now. I don't know
Yeah.
if y'all saw the video I posted earlier about Daniel Jones where Shannon Sharp. It was a clip where he was talking about Baker Mayfield, but it fits perfectly with Daniel Jones. But it's Shannon Sharp screaming, "He's trash! He's a bum, and you know it." And yeah, that's a perfect way to describe it. Fins by 70.
Damn,
I'll
damn.
say Fins by 40. Giants are
All
bad. I
right,
don't think they're that bad.
I'm gonna go by 34.
Actually, let's look at the how much the Dolphins are favored by in this game. Actually,
Probably like
oops, they are
Oh my
favored by
god.
11.
by 11, just
Yeah,
11.
yeah, and the over
Wow.
under for the game is 50.
So they wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's
That's a landslide.
I'd take the over on that game if sports betting was legal here. All right. New Orleans Saints at New England Patriots.
Ooh, this is actually a good game.
Yeah. I mean, the Patriots just got their ass kicked, and New Orleans didn't really have a good game against Tampa. Derek Carr, he's not looking good right now, and neither is Mac Jones. So I feel like both of these dudes are going to be looking for a rebound game. I'm going with the home field advantage here, and I'm going with New England.
I'm going with New Orleans, and my bold prediction for this game, Al Kamara's got 3 TDs, two rushing, one
Passing?
receiving.
It-
Uh,
It's interesting. It'd be good for my other league.
New Orleans.
All right, I'm the Lone Ranger on the Patriots bandwagon. I don't blame you though, because I mean the Patriots look like shit against Dallas. I just gotta fill in.
Yeah, the Patriots are like a 50-50 team. They either look shit or actually didn't can't win a game.
I will say this: if the Patriots lose, we'll probably see Mac Jones get benched for Bailey Zappi for the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Ravens at Steelers. Ravens are gonna kick the shit out of the Steelers. I know it's a big rivalry and all that, but the Steelers fucking stink. Matt Canada is a horrible offensive coordinator. Kenny Pickett has more interceptions than touchdowns since like his last like 11 games, I think, or maybe it's 16 games. I heard Stephen A. Smith talking about it. Najee Harris, they can't get him going. Yeah, Baltimore's going to win this game pretty good, pretty handily.
I'm going with Baltimore as well, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Matt's last game as a Steeler.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's gonna be the game. I think it's gonna be the game that's gonna get him fired.
Canada's arguably the worst coordinator in the NFL right now, and the Steelers' offense is shit. Their defense is good, but
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean they beat the Raiders, so
yeah.
That game we
Uh,
should have won.
Zach, what's your prediction for this game?
I'm going Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yep, Lamar.
Lamar's probably gonna have a good passing game if I had to bet. I
Yep,
wonder if they're
Lamar.
wonder if they're gonna get Odell Beckham back anytime soon.
You know what? I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't think he's gonna have a good passing game. I think he has a good running game. The reason being because of fucking TJ Watt. TJ
Mhm.
Watt and there's some DBO Steelers that is actually decent.
Oh, Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Yeah, Lamar's definitely gonna be running for his life away from TJ Watt, so he could definitely escape the pocket a few times.
Yeah, we're gonna see the running back in play.
Philadelphia Eagles at Los Angeles Rams. I mean, the Eagles didn't look pretty against Washington, but they still pulled out the win just because, I mean, they're super talented. The Rams, I think Cooper Kupp's eligible to come off the PUP list. I haven't heard any reports about him being able to be active for this game. The Rams are kind of a middle of the road team. I know it's had a big win against Indianapolis, but Indianapolis is also another middle of the road team. The Eagles are actually really freaking good. And I'm going with the Eagles to win this. And I think Darius Slay is going to pick off his old teammate, Matt Stafford, because Stafford, you can tell his arm strength's going. And I mean, they were fortunate that he found Puka Nakua in overtime for the win because the yeah, the Rams are better than what I thought they were going to be, but they're going to get their ass kicked.
Was that Puka's first touchdown for the season?
Yep. His first NFL touchdown is a game winner in overtime.
Damn, you can't ask for a better one. I'm gonna say Philly, and that Philly D line is gonna eat Matt Stafford up.
Yeah.
My little
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead
prediction
and
for
go
this
with
one is probably 4 sacks with Philly.
Yeah, at least four. You going with Philly too, Zach?
yeah, fly Eagles fly. And did y'all see that the Seahawks had 11 sacks?
On Daniel Jones? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Wait, did they?
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yes, 11
I didn't know it was that bad.
in one
Yeah.
game. And then Eric Armstead from the 49ers,
Hmm.
he tweeted and said, "Dang, you couldn't let us get really any, but you're gonna let them do it." Like I was like, "Dang." He didn't really exactly say those words, but he said something along those lines. Like, "Dang, you're gonna let them get it, not me."
Yeah, the Giants, they're just horrible. I was kind of watching that game. Like I had it on my monitor and then I had Monday Night Raw going on my TV. I swear every time I'd look over, the Giants were either punting or turning the ball over. So I think Daniel Jones had three interceptions and a fumble. Yeah. Speaking of teams that aren't playing good, Cincinnati Bengals at Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are not as bad as everyone was hyping them up to be in the offseason. And the Bengals are not as good as everybody was hyping them up to be in the offseason. Joe Burrow, I don't know if he's playing hurt, what the hell's going on. I know he's hurt, but I don't think we really know how severe it is yet because he has not looked good. Josh Dobbs, it seems like he's putting the pieces together more and more each week. And I mean, the Cardinals just lost to San Francisco, and San Francisco might be my pick to win the Super Bowl right now. I'm going with Arizona to beat the Bengals because the Bengals can't put it together.
Yeah, I like them. I mean, it's a respectable loss, in my opinion, because they're
Yeah.
expected to lose, but score 60 points. Pat yourself on the back.
Mhm.
Because if it was the Raiders, they'll probably scored like -7. Um, like Cincinnati needs to set Joe Burrow out for a while, let him heal. Like that's the key reason why they're losing. Joe Burrow can't play his 100%. You know, he's fucking injured, and what it looks like it's being pretty severe. But I'll go with Arizona
Okay.
and
And
probably a James Conner too rushing touchdown game.
all right. And Zach.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Bengals, and I believe this can be another. I think this will be Jamar Chase's first touchdown of the year. I think he'll get it in this game.
Does he seriously not have a touchdown yet?
I don't believe he does.
I think Joe
Let me
Burrow
look.
has only thrown 2 touchdowns in 4 games. So
Yeah, let me look
Oh
that
yeah,
up
you're
just to
right.
make sure.
Wow,
Okay, yeah. So I believe that he'll get his first touchdown of the year during this game right here.
that's a good prediction.
I mean, especially after that tirade he went on in the post game where he's going, "I'm always fucking open." You
Yeah,
know. All right. New York Jets at Denver Broncos. Zach Wilson looks like he's piecing it together. He played really good against Kansas City. I mean, yeah, he had that fumble in the fourth quarter, but other than that, he outplayed Mahomes. And that's something I never thought I would ever say about Zach Wilson. Denver beat a really shitty Chicago Bears team, and they barely beat them. I'm going
okay.
with the Jets here. Brees Hall might finally have a good game here if anyone's looking to bet on him on sleeper. Just with how bad the Broncos defense is, you had Mostert and that other dude both run for 200 yards. If you have Dalvin Cook and Brees Hall on your fantasy teams, I would definitely recommend starting them in your flex spot.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
So I'm going with New York Jets. Drew, what is your prediction?
I'm going with Zach Wilson.
All
Yeah, like you
right.
said, he's been piecing together. Like the only like bad game, like horrible game he had was against the Cowboys. Like Cowboys defense is like a monster of a unit.
Yeah.
But versus Patriots, he actually did not bad. He could do better, but not bad. But
Hmm.
with the Chiefs, like a more well respected team, he fucking outgunned Mahomes. And I knew might see a 4 TD game from Zach Wilson.
I definitely feel like
I
him and Garrett
shit.
I definitely feel like him and Garrett Wilson are gonna hook up for at least one.
Might be two.
Yeah.
So you have to get a Wilson on your team. You're probably gonna love it.
Zach Jed says it say, buddy.
I just said I'd shit if he scored 4 touchdowns, but I am gonna go with New York as well because Denver sucks. I mean, there is a chance that Denver could maybe get it turned around, but maybe not.
Zach, we might be Raiders fans, but at least we're not Broncos fans.
Yeah, but I'd almost want them to win more games over Kansas City because man, tired of hearing about them.
You know what? Also, I don't think Kansas is going to Super Bowl this year. They might get to the AFC Championship, but I think they'll lose badly against the Bills.
I
Actually,
hope.
Bills or
at,
Dolphins.
after these predictions, we'll give our since we're a quarter of the way through the season, we'll give our predictions after these this week's predictions. We'll give our Super Bowl prediction
Oh,
for
okay.
the what we've seen through the first quarter of the season. Kansas City at Minnesota. Kansas City. Minnesota beat a bad Panthers team. They're still turning the ball over. You can't give Mahomes extra possessions, and they're going to do that. Yeah, I am going with Kansas City.
I'm going to go with Minnesota. I think it's going to be
What?
Minnesota's first win.
They just won.
Oh, did they just win? Oh, yeah. It's for against four. Oh, okay. The whiskey's getting to me.
They just beat the Panthers.
Oh, yeah. It's the fucking whiskey talking, all right? But yeah, I think Minnesota's going to beat the Kansas City. I think it's going to be bad.
Really?
Yeah, like a probably like a 42-21 game bad.
Drew, are you drunk?
No,
You sure?
I'm
It's a
sure.
bold prediction.
No, it is. Here's the thing: the Kansas City's DB room is horrible. And Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson, you let them cook, they can cook. I'm going with
Yeah.
Minnesota.
I'm going with Kansas City, even though I hate them the most.
And then I am actually going to predict a Cowboys game this week because I
No,
think
you're
we're going to
not.
get our
No way.
because I think we're going to get our shit pushed in by the 49ers. Cowboys defense, their run defense still sucks. Their pass defense is phenomenal, but their run defense is not good. Christian McCaffrey has scored a touchdown in like 12 straight games. Yeah. McCaffrey, Brock Purdy, Debo Samuel, three pieces that are going to put the Cowboys down. Now, if Dak Prescott can make it look respectable, that's all I can hope for. But he's going to have a tough task going against Nick Bosa and was it Jonathan Hardgrave? I think that's his name. Fred Warner. The 49ers have a phenomenal defense, and it's going to be the toughest defense the Cowboys offense has faced all year. So yeah, give me San Francisco.
I'm going San Francisco.
Yeah, me too.
I don't blame y'all. I mean, yeah, especially with Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a monster.
And then Monday Night Football. Your guys' Raiders are taking on the Green Bay Packers. Devontae Adams, first time facing the Packers since he left Green Bay. I am rolling with Green Bay here, but I'll let the two Raiders fans take the floor here.
I want to win this game. Do I think we're going to win the game? No. I think Jordan Love, he's definitely going to probably have a pretty good game. I think Garoppolo's still going to be out. And
yeah. It's pretty much confirmed Aiden O'Connell's playing this game.
yeah, so I mean, I'm not mad that Aiden O'Connell's playing or nothing like that. Like I'm glad that he's a pick that's getting some reps and stuff like that because he needs to. But we need to fire that damn coach, man.
Yeah,
We need to get rid of him. There's people online. I guess they were at the game last week in LA, or was it LA? Or am I tripping?
yeah, it was at LA. We're at the Chargers.
Okay, yeah, yeah. And he I guess Mark Davis was sitting in the stands and people were walking, fire Josh McDaniels, fire Josh McDaniels, yelling at him and stuff. And I hope they do because, dude, we were a pretty solid team with not even a real coach. It was a backup, Rich.
Yeah, Chris Bisaccia.
Dude, I would have kept him. But, but no, the last 2 years, I think we've been like, I think we won. Damn, I don't know what it said, but our record's bad in the last 2 years since he's been here.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going
And
with
for
Green Bay
that,
as well. But I also think Aiden O'Connell's gonna have a good game.
yeah, I believe in the young fella. I hope he does good and everything. I don't want nothing bad to happen to him, but our coach fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he blows.
So are you
Much as
going with
I
Green?
hate to say that.
So are you going with Green Bay's at?
Oh yeah, Green Bay's gonna probably Jordan Love's probably gonna have a 3 touchdown game again.
All right, y'all. So that's our predictions for this week. Last week we all went 11-4. So update on the whole season. Zach, you're still leading the way, 29-14. I'm right behind you at 27-16, and then Drew is 25-18. So we're all within 5 games of each other.
It's good stuff. That means we know what we're talking about. We all
Yeah.
got positive records.
Uh, all
Raider
right.
says we don't know what positive is.
Huh?
Raider says we don't know what positive is.
But all right, see if we can get these predictions off in 6 minutes. After this week, we will be 1/4 of the way through the NFL regular season. If you had to pick a Super Bowl matchup right now, Zach, what would it be?
Dang, man. Go to Drew, go to Drew, go to Drew.
Drew. All right, I'll give mine. I would go with Buffalo versus San Francisco because Buffalo just beat a team that I thought was unbeatable in the Dolphins, and San Francisco looks unbeatable. So if I had to pick right now, I feel like those two teams would meet in the Super Bowl. Drew,
Go with the Dolphins and the Eagles.
that'd be a good matchup. They'll play each other in the regular season too, so that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, Buffalo did beat the Dolphins, but all at the same time, it'll be the last from Steve from Dolphins. They're definitely going to playoffs. I think they're going to torch everyone.
Hmm. And Zach,
I'm going to go with 49ers and Dolphins.
all right. I will actually have a video on Monday on my channel, grading each team and how I think they've done so far.
You better give us an F. That's what we deserve.
Yeah, I haven't thought out my grades yet. The only thing I've done is make the thumbnail. So, yeah. But yeah, I can already tell you like Miami and Philadelphia are going to be, and San Francisco are all going to be at the top of the list, and you guys will probably be in the middle of the pack. I mean, I don't think you guys deserve an F. Like Denver, Chicago, the Bengals, they all deserve an F.
We probably
Yeah.
deserve like a C
I think a
minus.
C minus D, something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a D plus, D or C minus area. I don't think we're any better than that.
But all right, everybody. That was episode 26 of the Trainwreck Podcast. Now available on Apple, and Spotify also has a thing now where we can see how many impressions that we get. So that means people that have scrolled past the podcast, and we were at 2,000. So hopefully one of these days we just got to talk about something wild on here and get people to click on it. Like, I don't know, how to get away with identity theft. We'll put that in the title and maybe get
God.
get people to click on it.
I mean, we talked about some bad shit aids on here, so
Yeah.
it won't be
How
too
to
far off.
scam cards or something,
Yeah,
and then people be like, "Oh, really?"
like
That was hilarious.
I'll put it in the title of this episode: "How to Make It Look Like an Accident." But
That's
I
hilarious,
have an
man.
orgy at retirement home.
Hey, I live next to that. Let's not do that.
Oh yeah, but all right,
I'll be the
Zach, thank you
first
for
one to
being on
go.
here. Drew, thank
Yep,
you for
yep.
being on here. We'll see y'all next week, and hopefully at that point I'll be over 300 or 450 subscribers on YouTube.
Heck yeah. I
All
hope
right,
so. We'll get you there.
all right, thank you guys.
Yep, yep.